Are you hopeful we get the fight that we want to get next year against Eroll Spence?
And I got my fingers crossed just like everybody else. So we can put all the people don't think Terrence can beat Spence, shut them up. Just gotta be smart when it comes to business like that and dealing with those guys over there at PBC.
Is that normal to have no guarantee in the fight?
Oh hell no! I ain't never really heard of that. I ain't never heard no shit like that. I don't know where they got that from, but hey, Terrence knew he can beat him, so that's why he said, "Fuck it, let's go then."
All right, this is a Bomac interview that we're going to get into, and we're going to break down a few things. I just wanted to speak on right quick. Bomac talking about how they need to watch the business that they do over there at PBC. Basically, they need to watch their back when they dealing with those guys over there at PBC. What a lot of people seem to forget is during the negotiations, Terrence Crawford came out and said that it was people that were at PBC who told him that he needs to be wary of the business and how things go over there at PBC. So Terrence Crawford was warned by people from the PBC promotional company, umbrella, whatever you want to call it. They are the ones who told him that he needs to keep a close eye on his paperwork. That is something that most people glazed over or didn't pay attention to. But I made a dual note of it, because how can you tell a man that he needs to accept and he needs to do this and that and basically be willy-nilly with the contracts and what he's supposed to have when people who are at PBC, who are signed with PBC, come to you and tell you, hey, you better make sure your paperwork is tight? That's exactly what you see when Terrence Bud Crawford is being so diligent and wants to be so upfront about what's going on. Because evidently the reputation over there at PBC from people who are signed with PBC is that the paperwork is shiesty and it ain't right. So make sure when you go into this fight, you make sure your paperwork is good. And that's exactly what Terrence Bud Crawford did.
I guess, I don't know, if it's not normal, like, why would there not be like a guarantee? I think that's like the big question a lot of fans have.
Right. I don't know, man. I don't know where they come up with this logic at, not guaranteeing Terrence. You gonna guarantee everybody else, but you won't guarantee Terrence. That to me is a tactic to have the card stacked against him, and then once he say, yeah, okay, all right, let's go, then they got nervous about it.
That sounds about right to me. How do you have a guarantee or give a guarantee to everybody but Terrence Bud Crawford? Doesn't make no sense. If this fight is a big money fight, like Eroll Spence said, and like everybody knows, how does the big money fight don't get a guarantee at the end of the day? That doesn't make no sense. Mikey and them got guarantees. Everybody got a guarantee. But Terrence Crawford does not get a guarantee. And yet, it's a bigger fight than all the fights that he has had.
Do you think ultimately, and I think I already know the answer, but do you feel that they're not confident that Eroll can get the win, and because he's a big star for them, that's like a big hit for them?
Right. They know it. They know it. They know what Eroll can't beat, but just because of some of the things that he might do inside the ring or even outside the ring, and the way Bud carries himself and how he's been looking since he came to 47, stopping everybody. So Spence just be another person.
What Bomac is talking about, it's a bad matchup, and they can tell. As far as inside of the ring, he's talking about since Terrence Bud Crawford got the 147, he has stopped everybody that he's got inside the ring with. To add on top of that, he actually lives a fighter's life. He lives clean, he trains hard, his mentality is there, his viciousness is there. He still got a chip on his shoulder, he still got something to prove. He naturally got a mean streak in him, and he walks it like he talking. As far as Eroll Spence go, there is a skill gap right there. It's no stretch to say that Terrence Bud Crawford has more tools in his toolbox than Eroll Spence. It's not a stretch to say that Terrence Bud Crawford is more of a dominating force than Eroll Spence. I don't care how much people want to brag about body shots and power. The proof is in the pudding, and Terrence Bud Crawford has constantly demonstrated that not only is he better than these guys, but he dominated and he stopped these guys on the dime. Okay, that's something that you can't say about Errol Spence. To add on top of that, Errol Spence doesn't live a fighter's life. You guys seen him online drunk as a skunk. You know what I'm saying? So drunk that he can't form a sentence. You guys seen him flipping his Ferrari down the highway road 100 miles an hour. You guys seen this. You guys know about the drinking. You guys know that. You done seen how Errol Spence ballooned up in weight. You know, he's got a little bit control over that now. You know what I'm saying? All you guys see that. So when he say, you know, it's the stuff he does in and outside of the ring, that's exactly what they talking about. You know, Terrence Crawford, his mentality, his skill set, his physicality, and what he demonstrate in that ring is superior than what they see with Spence. And they know that. They know Terrence Bud Crawford is a problem. And my thing is this: you can talk about Terrence Bud Crawford, and you know what? You don't have to be a fan of him. But what you cannot say is you cannot say that Terrence Bud Crawford is not a more than worthy adversary. Quit acting like Terrence Bud Crawford doesn't pose a problem. Quit acting like Errol Spence fighting Terrence Bud Crawford doesn't put fear in you as a Errol Spence fan. Quit acting like that. You can talk whatever you want about him, his resume, whatever, you know, whatever and whatnot. But when it comes to the man, why are you acting like this guy is not a formidable opponent? That's the only thing that I'm saying about it. Y'all acting like the #1 pound for pound fighter when it comes to fighting Errol Spence ain't shit. But the rest of the boxing world and the boxing legends recognize, sees his worth, you know what I'm saying, knows that he's dangerous and knows that this is a good fight. But when it comes to Errol Spence fans, they don't care. They don't want to see the fight. They want him to go fight Boots. He's across the street. He needs to be humble. He needs to accept pennies. He needs to do this. He needs to do that. He needs to go fight this guy. He needs to sign with PBC. Look at all those hoops and loops. What hoops and loops has Terrence Bud Crawford asked Errol Spence to jump through? None. He's been willing to oblige him at every step of the way, but it's not good enough. But this is what I'll say, okay? Since Errol Spence doesn't have a fight lined up, he says right after I get done with this fight, we can go right back into it. And why not? But I get it. You guys are going to complain. So this is what I'm going to say. You notice, since you guys bitch about Errol Spence and Terrence Bud Crawford so much, and you know Terrence Bud Crawford basically ran off and did his own thing, let me ask you, as a Errol Spence fanatic, okay, not fan, as a fanatic, who do you want to see him fight? Let's get Bud out of the picture, okay? Who do you want to see him fight? You want to see him to fight Keith Thurman? You know, because he doesn't want to fight Keith Thurman. So what fight do you think is next for Errol Spence that's going to be a standout fighter or a standout opponent, or that's going to cement or prove his dominancy at 147 pounds? I never hear nothing from you guys. I never hear nothing. Okay, now Boots Ennis has petitioned to fight Errol Spence 3 times, and during those 3 times, I've heard nothing from y'all. I haven't heard no, I want to see a Boots Ennis fight, and I haven't heard, let's give Boots Ennis a shot. The only thing I heard is, Terrence Crawford, you sent a contract to Boots Ennis. Terrence Crawford, you go fight Boots Ennis. You go do this, knowing that you can't do nothing with Boots Ennis, because Boots Ennis haven't fought anybody that's going to either push the needle or make a difference in his resume. The only thing you're going to say after he beats Boots Ennis is Boots Ennis was unproven, and it still doesn't mean anything. Once again, running us around in one big circle to negate the fact that you don't want to fight this man at the end of the day. Because trying to age Terrence Bud Crawford out, it didn't work.
At 33, have you seen age affect Terrence at all?
No, I haven't. No, because Terrence stays in the gym.
And you're more likely to see a decline. You've seen more of a decline in Errol Spence than you have in Terrence Bud Crawford. And that's what the problem is at the end of the day. That's my thoughts on this. Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm out.